Yeah, it's a pretty good angle. Hi everyone, me again, William Hitchcock Burke. We're going to be looking at my movie collection today. They're all up there. We're going to start down there with the vinyl. What am I saying vinyl for? With the VHS tapes. So now we're going to get this camera in position and we'll go. By the way, this is what my phone is going to be standing on. I'm going to put it over top of my Fleet Foxes vinyl. See how it goes. And now we talk about the VHSs which were recorded from television, as well as some other ordinary VHS tapes that were bought from the warehouse as well. So out of breath trying to get all the VHSs. First one, Cat in the Hat. You can barely see it. This is right there. Pause the video if you need to. Cat in the Hat. We all watched it as a kid. My generation, Generation Z, I guess. It had its moments, but it was also really offensive to Dr. Seuss's memory, if you still think he's a good guy. Bruce Almighty, another weird movie, but it's got its moments. Shrek the Third, weird movie. Santa Claus the Third. A good performance of a guy playing as Jack Frost, Martin Short, I think his name is. I think that's right, Martin Short I'm thinking of. This one here looks to be Starsky and Hutch. One of my favourite soundtracks to any movie. It's so 70s, it just feels like 70s. Ever since, because literally the first title card is Bay City, the 70s. And then you think of all the songs and it's like, wow, what an interesting time to be alive. Cocaine, rock and roll, girls, all that lovely stuff. Not lovely in most cases. Mars Attacks, fun movie. Really weird, absolute peril of just being taken over. And really weird character types. Lots of weird stuff coming out here. Ice Age, great movie, really cool, really sad. But in a happy way. The Ant Bully. Who remembers that one? A really ripped apart, really old staticky disc or VHS tape. Dumbo. He's probably going to come back soon. At World's End, the big epic one. Love it. I love the entire original trilogy. The last two I don't remember really much at all, except the very last one, with that guy, Javier Bardem. He was cool, but I don't like the movie. It's supposed to be Parts of the Carribean 1, so I scratched it out. It's my horrible handwriting as a kid. But it's okay, because I was a kid. A blank disc, Home Alone 1 and 2, Christmas Eve. We always had a big Christmas, see look, it's blank. Christmas Eve tradition of playing like Home Alone 2 and Polar Express, Shrek the Halls, all that lovely stuff. We'll get to those other ones, talk about them too. Not sure what this was, but this is my cousins. Might have to blur that out, if he asks. Spider-Man 1. Cool soundtrack, great acting and all that lovely stuff. And she's back. Okay, I have to feed the cats, that's okay. They're such a nuisance, aren't they? And turn the lights on because it's now starting to get pretty dark. Let's continue. Monsters vs. Aliens. The Halloween special. Then the Santa Claus 2. Good movies, Santa Claus 2 is probably the best one of the Santa Claus trilogy. And other movies that we used to watch on Christmas, of course. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Probably the best in the Harry Potter trilogy. But in my opinion, I liked other movies more. Toy Story. Date, 19th of June 2010, Sunday. Isn't that neat? Everyone has to watch Toy Story as a kid. Toy Story 2, date 30th of June 2010, Saturday. Look at that handwriting, isn't that glorious? One of my favorite sequels of all time, Toy Story 2. King Arthur. Nothing, just JB, my big brother's initials. Men in Black 2. Now we've lost the original cover for it, so we just got this black cover here. That's a good one. It's got lots of funny scenes in it. Same with the third one too. They're really made for those oddball scenes. Inside New Zealand, SAS. Whatever the heck that is. Can't remember what was on there. And here is a video head cleaner to clean up the inside of the VHS player. Isn't that old school? Now I defend this movie, Pocahontas. Even if it's racist or whatever, I just enjoy watching it for a film. It's got some interesting scenes, and Colors of the Wind. Classic, right? Mel Gibson sings in it too. Harry and the Fire. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. All these are really old, eh? That's a good one. Love the it's really a high school prom type of movie. And lots of fun action sequences, which look even better on DVD. We'll get to those soon. There's the Harry Potter DVDs right there. And Blu-rays. Now what the heck is this? White tape. I have no idea what that is. Moving on. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Demanded my parents to let me watch that, but we watched the sequel instead. Cool. Cars. Date, 17th of October 2009. I was 8 years old. 8 in a few months. Cars. Glorious movie. Absolutely glorious. So much fun. So over the top. In a really good, clean way. Modern, sleek American way. Ratatouille. Very long movie for a kids film. But it's a classic. Really good. And like Karsten Runquist, I think his name is. Shout out to him, the YouTuber. Said it was the best Pixar movie of all time. And it was a pretty good statement. I must admit that I was influenced by it. The Santa Claus 1. Now this one's from 20th of December 2009. It's interesting how I dated them all. That one I don't like as much. It's quite boring for a kid to watch. Here's an old school one with lots of old school commercials. Called Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. Lots of crossing out, and have a look at this. Yeah, it's very messy. That's got the title there. That's a cool movie. Lots of cool visual effects, like him ripping off the guitar from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and playing with it, and then crashing it down again after he gets electrocuted. That's the 90s for you. One of my favorite TV versions of a movie is King Kong. That was shown for time, but I really like that version more than the full-length version of King Kong. 2005, by the way, not 1930 or 1976. The Peter Jackson version. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, looking nice and clean there. It had its moments, but it was also boring in other parts. Now there's the Wonka movie coming out with Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka. That could be good, that could be terrible. From the director of Paddington, so it could be interesting. Open Season. Open Season, the first ever Sony Pictures Animation movie. Good. Got its moments. It's got a really warm atmosphere to it, and it's a bit lost. But it's got a really fun ending, and it's alright. It's not terrible. It's a 6 out of 10. A strong 6 out of 10. Strong being more 6 than 5. More 7 than 5. Fleck. What a roller coaster that movie is. The ending, I just burst into tears after watching it for the 4th time and actually getting the whole thing of it. By the way, Beatles shirt. Love the Beatles, probably my favourite band of all time. Why not? They made some of the best songs and the most consistent discography of any band. But that's not what we're here for, right? We're here for movies. Mission Impossible. Good set pieces, but man, that beginning is really scary for a kid. I'm just thinking about the people who were watching these VHS tapes back in its heyday, you know? Me and my sister and sometimes my brother and my parents checking into that provide some of their favorite moments. Like, oh, I love that, or oh, I love that quote from El Dorado, and all that lovely stuff. That's another thing we'll get into some other time when I've got the notes written down. Because this is a tough video to make, trying to compile all these movies together. And finally, the last two, Monsters Inc. Scary, good, sad, funny, lots of different things. Good movie. Would love to show it to my kids. Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. I watched this recently on TV. This one's from 29th of January, no year. Watched it recently on TV and loved it, absolutely loved it. It's the Emporium itself is so well characterized. It's like the animal voice, the voices of the animals in Dr. Dolittle and Dr. Dolittle 2. It's like the heart of the film. What you came to see and it delivers. And that's all, guys. That's the first 2 loads of movies. I'll be getting into the rest to these VHSs and these ones next up. And then I'll be going into those, and so on later on in other videos. Part 2, 3, and so on. Right, time to edit this.